All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts with John. Couple apologies to make here. One is going to be the audio today is not going to be great. Two reasons for that. One is my voice is a little bit dead. But two, I didn't charge my mic last night, so I'm on the laptop regular mic today. So you're going to have some echo and not echo, but it's going to sound tinny. So I'm sorry about that. But here we go. Let's recap. I want to talk about what happened just now. And it's funny. I said this yesterday, and I don't want to say I'm questioning. I think we should do the paycheck after the show, so we can go longer if it needs to. But at the same time, I really like coming out of the garage off of a run and coming right in here and talking about it. Like it's great to have this sort of instant gratification is the wrong word, but like this instant thing to talk about, because it's so relevant to what just happened. Here's our stats, but this week, this Prove It week, we've proven nothing this week. We have proved that I can't shoot, apparently. Actually, on the day of the storm, I shot really, really good. It was a strong shooting day, but I picked everything off that day. All the right side stuff got picked off, or all the dark side stuff got picked off that day. The Butterberg and the drawdown suffered greatly because way too many short rolls. I couldn't get out of the gate. And I think I made mention of it at the very end of the show today. Ken from Ken Knows Gambling actually just wrote me a text like 5 minutes ago, and he said, hey, the last point you made was great, and I'm going to repeat the point here for all of you. So if you didn't get to watch Daily Paycheck, listen to this. This is really important. The Dallas Drawdown, the Skill 66, the One Hitting Down, the Unicorn, all of these things, all of these ways to play for free, right? The squeeze play, the Loggerman, you name it. Any strategy where you go out there for 110 or 120 or 160 or 320 or whatever it's going to be. And the idea is that in 2 hits, you're out of the hand and you're quote unquote playing for free. Okay, I've called it the unicorn, right? But that's what everybody's been shooting for. What's the magical formula to play craps where you can hit a home run, right? But not have any real risk. Nobody wants to have any risk. If there wasn't risk, it wouldn't be gambling at some point, right? Well, today we showed, and yesterday the same thing, on super short rolls, right? PSO or a 2-shaker baker, whatever you want to call it, right? One less than 2 hits, right? Most of the time is what happens, right? 50% of the rolls, you don't get 2 hits. We know this. I've shown you the stats on that a million times. Because you don't get 2 hits most of the time, 50% or so, a strategy that requires 2 or 3 hits to be even is going to fail half the time, right? So know that basic math, right? If we know that most shooters don't get 2 or 3 rolls in the box, 2 or 3 box hits rather, your strategy that's going to draw you down or regress you into playing for free is going to fail half the time. Today we failed 4 times. We got it to work twice, and 2 times we got halfway home. Right? 4 total whacks, 2 where it worked, and 2 where we got halfway there. So it's 4.5, basically 5 whacks, and that's why we're down $500. That's the way that thing worked out for us today. That's typical. That's not abnormal. With 10 shooters, you expect about half of your shooters to not get you home. So if you're playing what I call a top-down strategy, which is go big and come down and get to where you want to play, you're going to fail half the time. If you're going to play a strategy where you start at the very bottom, you're also going to fail half the time, right? The difference is if you start at 64 across, when you fail, you're losing $64. If you started at 320 in hopes of getting to 64 in one hit, and you fail half the time, you're failing at $1,500 versus $300 on a 64 across bet. Does that make sense? So the more we think about these things and the right ways to play the right side, I want you to really consider that piece of it. You've got to factor in that half of the time, whatever you're thinking about doing is not going to work. The Loggerman, the squeeze play, the skill 66, half the time will not work. The other half of the times, it better work really freaking good to get you out of the hole that the first half has dug you in. Okay, or like me in Vegas, I didn't see the half the times that failed. Right, my right side play failed about 25 or 30% of the time, not 50%. So I was in an upward little variant there, and I capitalized on it. Right, when you're in that side of it, you gotta hit it pretty hard, and I did. Just know that. Okay, building from the bottom up, starting at your target spread and going up reduces your overall risk, but there's no protection there. If you start a little higher to come down, when you get whacked half the time, it's going to be bigger whacks. Okay, half the time you're playing for free, halftime you're getting hammered. I'm going to do an analysis of this. I've decided to put some code to it, and I'll show you a spreadsheet that'll again prove out what I think is true. Okay, and I've done this before. I did it with Jen one time, talking about laying odds on some number to come out of the dome. Now in bubble craps, Jen will argue with me and say that it doesn't work, but by and large, if you lay numbers to protect the don't pass coming out, over time that loses more than just having the don't pass unprotected. I can prove it to you. I've done it. I've done the analysis with hundreds, thousands, and millions of rolls to prove that trying to hedge to protect things over time is a way bigger bleed. And the reason why is that when you get hammered on it, the fight back takes too long. So we have to be careful about these things. And I will do the due diligence here of giving us an analysis of what it looks like to go out at 64 across versus to go out double for one hit. And I'll do all the things. I want you to see that. And I think, we can start learning as a group here what the right way to approach this is. So, or not, I hate to say the right way, but the mathematical way that says this is the way you should play. All right, so there it is, guys. That's my little recap of the morning. Let's get into the regular show here, and I think some pretty fun stuff to talk about today. If my voice holds up, we'll have a good little show here. Reminder of the Friday night fights tomorrow night with Old Bay and Buckeye. It's not a rematch. I got to take that off there, but it's going to be a good battle nonetheless because those two are both great players, and they play interesting styles. It'll be when we deal that out. It's going to be it'll be kind of a cage match, I think. Reminder again about my Seattle meetup. It'll be me and Jeremy as the primary hosts from Color Up. I expect about 25 people to show up for this thing, maybe. Ian Olson, who you know from chat, Double Deuce Craps, is working his ever-loving ass off to get us a logo created. We're getting T-shirts done up. We'll charge you like $25 to come out, and that's going to pay for the T-shirt. Everything we make from that is going to Craps for the Cure. So whatever we do. The reason why I want to charge money is A, to pay for the shirts, but more importantly, get some skin in the game so that I can tell the casinos for sure we have 23 or whatever it is attendees for sure coming. I want to have a locked in number. So we'll do a little donation for the Craps for the Cure for that. But yeah, it looks like 2 days of playing for sure. We'll be at Tulalip. We'll be at Snoqualmie. Snoqualmie's a cool little place. It's one of the best views you'll ever see. Bar none, one of the best views you'll ever see in your life. It's a great little casino. $5 table. We got a private table down there. Small table, which is cool. They have an ATS. It's awesome. Tulalip up north. They're about a 40-minute drive from each other. They're about both a 25-minute drive from my house. Tulalip has got a really interesting table. It's got the glass tabletop with the felt on top. It's super cool. If you're a dice thrower, you'll love that table. You'll either love or hate it. Depends on once you adjust to it. I've got a version of that table in my garage. We can practice on it. So before you come out, you can play with it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And Ian's working on getting us good room rates at a place called McMinimans, which is near us. It's an old elementary school that they turned into a bar and restaurant and hotel. So we get to sit outside and drink by the fire. It'd be super cool there. And maybe a Mariners game on Sunday. Craps for the Cure again is in November. Don't forget that. If you do one or the other, do Craps for the Cure. Right? If you have to pick one, come to Vegas in November. I'd love to have you here in September, but honestly, I want Vegas to be packed. I want 50 people out there for Craps for the Cure. I want to load that place up. That's the dream. All right, guys. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Move ahead here. I think that's it, right? Whoa, backward screen. Hard hats. Again, tomorrow's voting for hard hats. So let me know in the Hard Hat channel in Discord your nominees. So these are the nominees for this month. These are all the people that have been mentioned to me by others to nominate for this month. I need to whittle this down to four people, right? So Joe, Craig, Chiro, Chris, Brian, and Ed all are putting in the work. You know this, right? The Hard Hat Award. It's one of the. We thought of this early in the year. I love this thing. It's really a way to call it out. Like, it's not just who does the best videos or who does the most videos. It's the dirty jobs. It's the behind the scenes. It's Ed putting in 10 hours on every single video that he puts out with these interviews, right? It's Brian putting in 12 hours of editing to do a live shot. It's Joe going live every day, just like me, with his black belt journey on craps. It's Craig every day doing Beat Craig. It's Chira with the Wheel of Craps and all the things that people are thinking about and putting their work into. That's what it's about, right? So we want to recognize not just our friends and not just award them because they're our buddies, right? We want to recognize hard work. And I think that if you win the Hard Hat Award, to me, that should mean something, that you're being recognized for what you're doing that we're not seeing. That's the whole point of it. So give me your nominees. Tomorrow we vote. And as always, the votes during the live broadcast count 3. The votes on the website afterwards count 1. So if you're here for the show, your vote counts more, and you can vote in both. So you have a total of 4 votes that you can give away. 3 on the live show, 1 afterwards. So you get 4 votes, just like I'm not going to say it, just like some people get 4 votes. Here we go. That's that. Now let's talk about bubble craps a little bit. I want to actually. I like bubble craps. I used to hate it, but it's a fun game, and I think it's not just for degenerates and newbies. Okay, and I used to think that it was. I used to think that this and who I saw playing bubble craps, honestly, was this. You see this. You see people, and they're just like, they got this look, and they're pressing the button. It's like a slot degenerate, right? Just pulling the wheel, pressing the button, waiting for some magic to happen. And I used to look at bubble craps and go, God, that's just sad, right? It's sad to me that you've lost so much money at the table that now you're stuck at this stupid machine and you're playing for pennies. I used to get like sad about that. Or maybe it's because they're too new. They're embarrassed to play the real game. And that was sad too. Come over and play with us, right? It's intimidating, but trust me, there's people here that'll help you out. So I used to think that it was for noobs or it was degeneracy. Just you're done your life. But honestly, the more I play it, and I think that we can all use it as a tool too. You all are using Crapsy as a tool, right? To test out your strategies and what works, what doesn't work. I think that Bubble Craps is a great way to test strategies out or play really hard strategies without the fear or loathing that comes from the dealers and the other players. You want to play a hardcore dolly don't strategy and you don't want to get the ire of the players, go to Bubble Craps and run the 3-point dolly. If you want to do the Dallas drawdown, I'll do it today with you. Like we did in the garage. You can see when I deal that out with chips, it's a pain in the ass to deal it out with chips. When you're doing an across regression, when you're changing from greens to reds, it's a pain in the ass for the dealers. They don't like it. On Bubble Craps, it's a button, right? You want to run a Wayland ladder strategy? Bubble Craps makes it easy to click the button and you're done. It's very easy to make the bets. And I find that to test things out or to play complicated things, Bubble Craps is actually it's actually a better tool than a real table for that kind of stuff because it does make it easy to do the bets. And because most of the time it's $1 minimum, most Bubble Craps, even on the strip, it's $5 total action on most machines, which is nothing. It's $5 across or $6 across on the $1 each. That's great, right? You can play that all day long and you can test anything you want to out, right? You want to try the mind on a real table, right? At 66 inside at most points, and you're pressing 21 every single time. Before you know it, you're out $250. You do the mind on Bubble Craps, you're out $12 if it doesn't work out for you. So what? You go $12 again. It's nice to have that dollar floor, the $1 floor, to test out some of these things. And it's all self-service, which I like. And goal tracking is easy, right? You see your number at the top right. You know how much money you've won or lost or whatever. You can get in and get out, print your tickets, and you're done. You don't hold the game up. You buy them when you want to. There's a lot of good going for it. So I've changed my tune a little bit on the whole thing, and I'm now seeking it out more. When I was in Vegas this last time, I did a Bubble Craps session every single night. I looked at my daily Ubers, and I went, oh my God, I paid like $46 in Ubers today. I sit down at Bubble Craps with $100 and make 50 and basically recoup my Uber fees or my whatever fees for the day. It's like that, right? So if you don't go into it with this grandiose idea of winning $1,000, it's going to, let's win small amounts of money here and there. It's actually kind of a fun little game. Now, we talked the other day about it being on an RNG, and I caught some heat for that, but I want to explain what I'm saying here. And somebody, I think it was Badger, maybe it's Badger, posted in the Discord that he posted the Nevada regulations, right? Which is, it has to be a random result, which is 100% true. All slot machines including bubble craps, are random results. Now, it's considered a slot. As far as everything goes, it's considered a slot. There is an RNG behind it. Now, you're seeing dice flop around, but, and even that document says it, there is an RNG driving the whole thing. It's computer generated. Every outcome is predetermined, computer generated. So RNG, the G stands for generator. That's not dice flopping around and having a random result. There's an outcome that's predicted or done on the computer side of things. So I firmly believe, not that it's rigged, but that the outcomes are not just the dice happen to be flopping around. You're seeing it flop around. It feels like, oh, it's dice landing, but it's actually not. Okay. I think what you're actually seeing is the result of the RNG deciding what the result's going to be, and the dice present the result to you. Okay. That could be debated whether that result is actually pure random or whether it's, as I assert, less than random. You're going to have a random distribution over time, but there's no rules that say you're going to have 3 4s every 36 rolls. They may come back to back to back, or the machine may hold the 4s back until you're laying it, right? Those sorts of things can still fall within the realm of randomness, but also fulfill the 86 to 96% payout rate that the machine has to achieve. So I think there's a combination there. It's computer driven. You're looking at dice and it feels like they're rolling, but I don't believe they actually are. And I don't care, frankly. It's going to do what it's going to do. Whether the dice roll randomly or the machine decides when I win or lose, it doesn't matter. Ultimately speaking, you got to play smart. And so anyway, I dig it. I dig the bubble. I want to show you some bubble crap stuff. And then I'm going to end the show today with a question. I'm going to come backwards today with a question that got asked during Craps Chat. I have a presentation that I want to give to you. But in the meantime, let's head over to my other screen here. And I'm going to pull up Crapsy. And give me a second here to pull that up. Let's go to my browser. There we go. Not that. You want to see Crapsy. And I'm going to show you the strategy that I used to play bubble craps. Let's go full screen here. And this may be... Why is Crapsy not going full screen? Booyah. Come on, go. There we go. Let's do the bubble craps, which is $1. Now, I set this up to be a $1 minimum table, obviously. It buys you in for $500. I'm going to do a rebuy here. I was playing around last night, so I'm going to rebuy for minus $11. I'm going to buy in for $100. Okay. Now, because it's to the penny, we have 22 cents. You can ignore that. I'm going to show you what I did in Vegas that worked. It may not work here at Crapsy. It may not work today. But I want to show you the approach that I took to the game because there's a couple of things that I thought were interesting. One is this. You have to play $5 every spin. That's one rule we have. It's got to be $5 a spin, no matter what. And what I didn't want to do was this. I did not want to have $5 in the don't pass or $5 on the pass. I didn't want to have $5 in a cross bets. I didn't want to get burned on a 7. Okay. So I thought the least volatile way to get out was this. Take my $1 chips and I would lay the back wall for $1. Okay. $1 each bet, $6 total out there. The worst that can happen, you lose $1. I put $1 in the field. Okay. Now the worst that can happen is I can lose $2. Okay. I can lose $2 on the 5, 6, or 8. On the 4, 9, or 10, I would actually tie. If it's a horn number, I win $1. And this is my come out roll. So at worst case, I'm going to be down a couple of bucks. By the way, Corey's saying he disagrees with the RNG statement. It is comped as a slot. That's the thing. They are comped as slots. At least most places that I've been, they are comped as slots. They're treated as a slot machine, not as a table game. ETGs are treated as slots. And I think that's an important thing because you don't get any points for those damn things. So, and again, because it's a sit-down, self-serve table thing like that, it is RNG-based. And the company who builds them has confirmed that. They've been on other podcasts and have said they're RNG-based. So the fact that it's an RNG and the G means generator, there's a computer back there somewhere making it happen. Anyway, here we go. We're going to have $5 minimum action, $2 at risk. That was my come-out play because I really wanted to minimize the risk here on the come-outs. I didn't want to play a backwall strategy, but I wanted to not have $5 at risk. Here we go. So we're going to roll the dice. Let's see what happens. And Crapsy, again, is a little slow today, so hopefully it'll work out for us here. They do, I'm looking at your comments here. So they do give points. They don't give many points. Like you earn so many less points. You earn points at such a smaller rate than a regular slot or a regular table game. There are points awarded, but again, those are treated like slots. To the casino, those are slots. Okay, here we go. We have 4, which means we got paid in the field and we got paid on the 4 coming out. So we didn't lose any money. We're actually in good shape. Now, what I did here was this. I would do a $5 inside. We're going to go 4, 5. I'm not going to do the crapsy automatic button here because it puts us at $6. We'll do $5 inside, and I'm going to do $3 on the 4 and 10. Okay? This will be a little Dallas drawdown with $1 in the field, $1 in the field, just because I don't want to waste a roll. It's like a stupid iron cross, right? So we're going to try and get 3 hits if we can get it. Or I'm sorry, I'm trying for 2 hits here. Let's see if we can get crapsy to not destroy us. All right, we got a 5. Which is great, pay $7. Now what I do is I bring down the outsides. I'm going to do can I bring it down to $2? Bring the insides down to $3. And the outside to $2. And you'll see now I've got, again, a little bit less risk, right? Drawdown style. All right, and we got 4 that time, so we get paid in the field and on our number. And now what I do is I take it all down. I go $1 across and $1 in the field. And I'm up $2. Okay, this is my bubble craps, right? Now what I do from here is I'm up $10. If you think about the world of craps as I normally explain it, where I'm looking for a 10% win goal, we just made 10%. We bought them for $100. I made $9. It's almost 10%, right? Did a good job there. Okay, let's keep at it though. And what I'll do here, this is the field bet looks weird, I know. I'll take the field wins if we get them, and I'll start popping up the 5, 6, and 8, and the 9. And I will also at the same time try and start working a little Dixieland mind. We're going to press the insides, press the outsides. Watch how this works. If we catch a decent little run here, it'll be okay. We got what do we have here? 9 center field 9. Pays field, and it pays the box. Okay? I'm going to take that field win and grab the 5 for $2. Now the 5 comes, I don't lose. I don't tie. We're in a 2-to-1 ratio, 5 to the field. Oh, I didn't press the 4 and 10. I forgot to. There's a 12. So what I'm going to do here with that 12, it was a field number, so we're going to press the box, right? Think about playing the mind strategy where you press the box on fields and 4s and 10s. If I catch an inside number, I'm going to press the 4 and 10. Roll it again. We're still up $2. It's got to dodge big red here for just a minute. There's a 5. All right, that's awesome. So we catch the 5. It wins $2. Let's press the 4 and 10. Right? We'll play the mind on the 4 and 10 from the inside. We'll play the mind on the inside from the 4 and 10. Still have $2 in the rack. We're not making any progress just yet, but we're watching the bankroll. Hey, we got a field number. That's awesome. Rack that guy up. Because with the field, we press the insides. Again, I'm looking for a level 5 hit somewhere if I can get it. Now we're down $1. We catch a 7 here. We're down $1. 6 easy 6. That's awesome. Right? That pays $3. We can press the 4 and 10. Well, they should be buy bets, by the way. 4 and 10. Okay, look at the bankroll. We're at $20. We've made $20 in total. Our actual rack is even. We have $19 in bets. We have $19 in profit. 7 comes here. You essentially start over again. But we're going to try and work this thing to $25. $9. That's awesome. Look at that. That's a great hit. We get paid in both places. Okay, $124. Now, in my evening bubble craps runs, I would call this basically done. That's 25% profit. Okay, 25% profit's awesome. Now, we hit an inside number. I can grab the 4 and 10 for one more mind push if we'd like to. We're still only got $3 in the rack. So if I lose here, we're starting over again. But again, I was trying to get to like nice round numbers if I could. I was always looking for a round. There's a 3 craps. That's kind of a bummer. This pays you $1. But look at our bankroll. 125.32. We're exactly 125. Boom. Check it out. Print the ticket. I'm done. Right? 25% profit in not a lot of rolls. So you could do that. You could bring them all down and start over again. $1 across. $1 field. And now I've locked $18 in profit up. Repeat the process. This is how I played bubble craps in Vegas. I did this thing over and over and over again. And it just worked out really well for me. Like I said, I was making 10, 15, 25 bucks paying for my Ubers all day long. Excuse me. And testing out the notion of the Whalen inside out mind. It should be buy bets. So again, inside hit, press the outsides. Outside hit or field hit, press the insides. And I just did this over and over and over again. It just was a fun little system. There goes our 7. It comes out. That's it. That's bubble craps. What else do you want to try in bubble craps? Well, why not try this one? Let's lay the point. And actually lay the point. The lay the point strategy, or lay the 4, place the point, is it's a 4-to-1. 4-to-1 level is how this works, right? So what you can do is let them get a point, or you can play the 4 come out. Either way, play the 4 that come out. It's fine. You can't play the pass line. I was trying it pass line, but you can't do it with the pass line because you can't get enough odds. But this worked really good for me on the bubble because it's super simple. So now the point's 5. We're going to place it for $2. So it's 4-to-1. Every time we don't get a 4, 7, or 5, they both go up by 1 full unit. We'll do that one again too. And again, at the table, this strategy is kind of a pain in the ass. You're a little bit susceptible. There's a 10. So we didn't get a 4 or a 5, right? That goes up by a unit. This goes up by 4. So it's 4-to-1 every time. Just keep that ratio going. Eventually we'll pop a nice little win here, I hope. There is an 8. Who cares? At some point, you might want to grab a hard 4 because why not? We'll go to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will take these both to 5 presses, so I'll go to $6. Boy, it's slow. There's a 7. We win $7. Okay, and rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. We win 7, lose 4, net 3. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let them get a point. And again, if you want to lay the back wall and just have the $1 risk, you can totally do that. Right? Not a bad way to come out and avoid the big whack of the 8. I found that bubble craps kept picking off this 4 on me. The 9 is getting placed. It kept picking off the 4 on the comeouts. That's why I say the RNG thing, right? It's like it kept finding the 4. If I laid across, it couldn't hurt me. And that was, to me, the safest way to get out. So let's play some more here. All right, there it is. There's a 10. And again, we're going to press the 3. Press that up to 12. And again, you're going to win 6. You're going to lose 3. You're still in great shape up here. Winner 9. That's awesome. Best result possible, right? We'll take them all down. And this time we'll do the back wall. Again, if you don't want to fight that 4 on the come out and let the quote unquote RNG pick you off, just do this. Right? Do your back wall lay. There's the 4. We dodged it. Look at that. We got paid on the field, right? And up on the 4. Now what I'm going to have to do here is this. Take them all down. We can't lay the 4 and place the point at the same time. So I'm going to place the point for $1 or $2, and I will lay the 10 now. I'm going to lay the 10. Whoops. When it's the 4 and 10, we're going to lay it for $10 instead of 8. So we'll do this in $5 to $2 increments. Instead of 2-to-1, or instead of 4-to-1, I'll do it 5-to-1 because the payouts don't make a whole lot of sense. All right, here we go. Roll it out again. Excuse me. There is a 5. Up 1 here, up 5 here. There's a 4. Look at that. We get paid on the point again. Fantastic. Look at our bankroll now. We got whacked earlier. Excuse me. And we're doing fine. We'll come out against the point. Again, worst case scenario is a $2 loss on the come out. That's the worst possible thing. The RNG cannot pick you off for all of it. There's a 3. Fantastic. We're in a no-lose situation on the come out, which I love. I love this little easy come out play here. So simple. There's a 10. Again, get paid in the field, right? And as the point gets set, let's bring them all down. Let's place the 10 for $2. Let's place the 4 or lay the 4 for 10. And let's roll. Look at that. Is that the third time we've done that? We've hit our point. The shooter, by the way, has hit 3 separate points. We're fire betting this damn thing. All right, bring them all down. Look at our bankroll, guys. We're doing good. We've won $35, right? Out of 100, that's a 35% spiff. Gotta love that, man. You gotta love it. So anyway, here's what I think. Here's what I think about bubble craps. I like testing things out. I really like doing $1 inside and playing the not 5. Let's do that down. Bring them all down. We can leave the bets on all the time and play $1 inside and play a perpetual mind. Again, for a buck on each number, who cares? Right? It's a good way to see the rhythm of the strategy. There's it's a 4. We don't care. So we'll bet inside again. Let's press them up. We'll go to level 5 and come back down. Right? We can totally do this. There's a 5. Again, just take your hits on the way up. There's a $3 win. We have $8 at risk. There's a 5 again. Look at that. The same bet. Same bet to mind. There's the 8. Again, same bet. You can press them if you want to now. We got 3 hits in there. No reason why you couldn't pick up the outsides for $1 each just to have them. But those are just bonus bets now. Must be the 7. I saw the bets go away. There's a 7. We still are $32 up, right? So I'm digging it. That's, I think, the use case for bubble craps. I think the use case for bubble craps is dollar bets, try shit out. And again, you can work a $30 or $25 profit level and be in pretty okay shape pretty quickly. It's not awful to have the small expectations on it, right? I think that's a good thing. So, all right, let's I want to switch gears, and I want to show you this chart that I made. I'm going to finish up here with this. And then again, my throat is about to burn up here. Here is a question somebody asked in Craps Chat. And y'all need to kind of lean in and watch this thing. Okay, watch this here. Somebody asked, is anybody tracking their ATS? And I've been saying all along, the ATS is a sucker bet. Okay, I want to show you these outcomes. This is my set of about 5,000 rolls. Okay, and I want you to hone in on this right here. Okay, hone in on these numbers because this is important. Okay, I throw less come out 7s than normal. So 213 should be about 240, roughly. Okay, so there's quite a few less come out 7s than normal, which is a good thing if you're playing the ATS. You're not burning your ATS money. It's actually better for you, right? I have a bunch of come out horns, which don't really matter other than helping the ATS out. I've made 376 points. We've had 554 points missed, so 554 shooters, okay? On every shooter, if you're playing the ATS, you're losing your pass line and your ATS bet. So that's a double loss, okay? I've hit the small 18 times, the tall 23 times, and the all 5 times. The expected numbers of times to hit the small or the all or the tall with 550 shooters is 14. Okay, I did with Wizard of Oz. The expected times to hit the small or the tall is 2.6%. The expected times to hit the all is 0.8%. All right. So I should have hit 2.5 alls. I should have hit 14 each, small and tall. I've hit more than I should of all 3 of them. So my numbers are better than probably yours, right? They're better than random, what you're seeing here. I have less times we're getting whacked on the come out. I have the expected number of points missed, obviously, and I've got more ATSs hit than you should see. Look at the numbers. If I'm betting the ATS, here's what happens. The come out 7s do nothing for you because you're basically betting 555 up top and $15 in the pass line. So the come out 7s win you no money. They're a tie. The horns cost you $3,000 because you're betting the pass line. Okay. The points made, you're going to win on the pass line. That's 376 times $15. So those are pass line winners. Okay. The points missed, however, cost you $30. So it's essentially double that, right? It's $16,000 on the points missed because you're losing the point, the pass line bet, plus the ATS bet, which blows. The smalls and the talls and the alls would have paid us this amount of money. You're net down $4,000 on my rolls with less come out 7s to hurt you and restart it. Okay. With hitting more ATSs than you should, you're still down 4K. Okay. If you didn't bet the ATS and just bet a $15 pass line, okay, so you have no wins in here, but your points missed only cost you $15 instead of 30, you're losing half the money. You're losing about $2,000. Okay. If you did the ATS and did not play the pass line, here's where you end up. ATS with no pass line. This is actually wrong. Come out 7s. ATS without pass line. Why is that? Hold on a second. Come out 7s cost you. Yeah, these cost you $15 because you're losing your ATS. The points missed also cost you because, again, you're losing your ATS, but you're not losing the pass line too. And the ATS wins, you're down $1,600. So if you just did 555 and no other action, that's all you did was drop 555 on me, here you go. Right? You're losing $1,600, $2,400, or $4,000 depending on how you're playing it. And again, this is with somebody who's shooting more than you expect. Alfredo may shoot more than this. Even if his talls, we can change. If he shot 25 smalls and 25 talls and let's say an extra all, right? The only way you make money is if you don't play the pass line. And even then you're only making $500, right? Otherwise, you're still getting your clock cleaned. So I would say the ATS, largely, big old sucker bet. And again, this is with generated amazing results that aren't even real. But with my actual, somebody said, what is your tracked results? That's my tracked result. It's 5, it's 23, and it's 18. That's what I actually threw. So there it is. There's your ATS answer. It's a bleed. I think you shouldn't play it. There's going to be times when you get 25, 25, 25 out there and you hit a home run, and you make $1 million, and you're all awesome, great. The one time it happens. But all the other times that it doesn't happen, again, 550 shooters, we had 23, 28, 38, 46 out of 550 shooters made one piece of it or all of it. Very, very small percentage of times it happens. It's not enough of a win, even though they're big wins, to recover the times that it doesn't make it. So there it is, guys. That's my words. That's my words on that. Please don't play the ATS. I behoove you, get out of that damn thing. It's a bleed. If you're shooting well and you want to play it on yourself, that's fine. I have done 1-1-1 for the dealers to give them some hope. For $3, that's an okay tip, I suppose. But you know me, I tip differently to dealers too, right? I don't necessarily tip as I play. I give them a tip when I buy in, and I give them a tip when I color up. I give a pre-tip because I want good service. I don't like giving my money that's meant for them to the casino. I think when you total sidetrack here, but maybe I'll do a show on this. When you tip as betting for the dealers, I know that they like it, they enjoy it, but when you lose, the casino gets your money, not the dealers. That is to me, a scam. And the casino perpetuates that. Player control, great, give the dealers the money. And the dealers kind of buy into that. They think it's fun to win extra money with you. And it's cool when they win and those bets get big. But when you lose those bets, the casino keeps the money, not the dealers. So you got to think about that. The casino's keeping the money. I'd rather the dealers guarantee the money. So for me, pre-tip, post-tip, once in a while I'll ATS them, and that's basically it. So there it is. That is my show for today. I'm going to go ahead and check the chats real quick. Again, I apologize for my voice. I apologize for the bad audio today. The cold's killing me, and I have a bad mic, so it is what it is. PCs, what do we have here? Ken says, I'm proving that craps. Craps is a hard game. It really is a hard game. Roulette, in some ways, is a lot easier to play. The math makes more sense in roulette. Everything in roulette is a lot easier, but everything's a hop. So it's like, 175 goes out every single time. But yeah, craps is, like I said, more challenging and fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot more. Let's see. Dan says, with that great opening logic, why do you play? I don't know why we play the light side. You play the light side. The reason why you play light side is because you can't win big money on the dark side. That's the thing. Unless you're playing a max bet dolly and you hit a quick 7, you're not going to win massive money on the don't. You just aren't, right? 3-point dolly with max odds is a home run, right? That 3 points all hitting doesn't happen that often. And the home run, the building of home runs isn't there on the dark side unless you're playing a really aggressive pressing strategy with your don't bets. It's just not there. The pass line and the place bets, if you catch a great shooter, you can make thousands on one person, which you just can't do that on the dark side. That's why it's enticing and it's alluring. And that's why we say, if we can just get out of the hand quick, we can take that shot, because one of you people at this table is going to be the guy that's going to go for 35 rolls. Somebody's going to do it. I just know it. So that's all you can do to get to the point where that's going to be a possibility for you. The problem is, out of 10 shooters, you probably don't even get the one. It may take 20 shooters, and it's hard, man. It's a tough game, and that's the hook. The hook is that promise of winning a bunch of money. So there it is. Let's see. What does Newberry say? He says, I'm saying that laying the point for one roll to get to the DC is a bleed. No question it's a bleed. Because think about it. I'll use round numbers. If I'm going to put 25 in the DC or 25 on the don't pass, to lay a number to make that safe, you've got to lay for the 4 and 10, $60. Okay, 60 to win 30. Minus VIG. If you do it for 50, right? 50 only wins you 49 because you got to pay the VIG. Remember that, right? So 50 is not enough. You got to lay 60 to win. Lay 60 to win 30 minus VIG, so you're going to win $29 to cover your $25 don't pass. If you lose the 4, if they pick the 4 on you, you've lost $60. That means you got to win 2.5 don't pass bets to recover that money. 2.5, right? If you laid the 5 or the 9, you're going to lay the 5 or 9 for probably $45 to win. Yeah, 45 to win 30, right? Again, if they pick the 5 or the 9, you lose 45. You got to win 2 don'ts to win that one bet, to win that one pick back. So every time you lay, it requires, on the 6 or 8, it's a little less. You can lay 30 to win 25. You're probably laying 36 to win a little bit more. The idea though is you got to win at least. You still got to win 1.5 or so to get your lay 6 or 8 back. Nobody's laying the 6 or 8 to get a don't pass through. If you're going to hedge yourself to the point where you have to win twice or 3 times just to recover the one time you get picked off up top, that's the hole that I'm talking about. So no, I don't think that laying numbers to get a don't pass bet through is smart. I don't think hopping the reds to get a don't pass through is smart. I just don't. I think you're literally mailing them in money on a higher house edge bet anyway. You're giving them money. It feels right. You're looking at that don't going, that thing's going to get taken. This guy's going to throw a come out 7 and it's going to get taken. If that's the worry, don't make the bet. If you can't afford losing the $25, don't make the bet, because I'm telling you, having to win 3 is hard to recover a lay 4 getting picked off. It's a bitch. having to win 2 more even on the 5 or 9 getting picked, and the 5 or 9 get picked off more than the 4 and 10 do. So you're going to have to win 2 back more often. I don't like it. I prefer, like we say, I think it was, I forget who it was we were playing with. He coined the term going commando. Go commando with it. Let it go. If you can't afford to lose 25, don't play 25. That's my advice there. Let it sing on its own. If you lose it, fine. Ladder it up if you want to. You just got to win 1 more to get it back. You just got to, get a better one. You want to go up to 50 and come back down, cool. But I think having to recover from those whacks is harder from the don't than it is from the right side. On the right side, you can lose 64 across to a PSO. The very next shooter can roll 7 numbers and you'll get your $64 back. That's way easier to do than popping out 3 consecutive don't pass wins to recover the one that you lost. That's the reason why I think it's a bad thing. And not bad is the wrong word. Not recommended. I don't recommend that we lay numbers to cover a don't. Now, if you've got a don't pass of 25 coming through the don't come with 15, now you're talking. Now the 7 makes you $10 instead of tying, and you get 2 bets out there, one higher than the other. That's a way to protect yourself. I think that actually makes a good sense. There we go. Let's see. How much do I lose just laying the point? I haven't done that one yet, Waylon. Just laying the point at all. I haven't done it yet. I'll do it on a different episode though. Just lay the point. We can run that one too. And I think on your analysis of that, most shooters aren't going to hit 5 or 6 points. It's very rare, right? The fire bet's not a good example to talk about with that one. I'll put your comment back up here. The fire bet is 5 unique points or 6 unique points. Just laying the point, you can hit the point of 6 4 times, and it's not a fire bet. But most shooters aren't knocking down 5, 6, or 7 points. So you can lay the point as a ladder, lay the point as a 31, lay the point as some other Fibonacci progression if you want to. You're going to be probably okay. Most shooters, 90% case, are not going to hit more than 5 or 6 of those things. You can go a 5 stage, whatever it's going to be ladder, lay the point. You should be in pretty good shape, I would think. But I don't want to speak out of school. I have not done the analysis yet. I haven't tried it yet. But I like the idea of it. Let's see. I have not checked email yet since yesterday. You can hear my nose. Yesterday, I slept almost all day. I really didn't do a whole lot of work yesterday. And I've been really, my head is, I'm so foggy. I'm surprised that I can actually put a sentence together today. I'm really out of it. So no, I've not checked emails from you or from Dan or anybody else. So I'm just behind and I'm sorry about that. Old Bay, will there ever be a casino game night where we could see different games? Yes. I love it. As soon as we get figured out here, again, the CGTV thing is hard. I've got Jack Ace with us on roulette, but we don't have a good solution for multi-streaming yet. Like EVMux is good, Ecamm is good, but getting multiple people logged into it with their screen shares, everything gets so damn slow because there's so much processing power that has to take place. I can absolutely see that though. Getting a roulette dealer, a Bach dealer, craps dealer. I really want to see like Friday night fights done in all the different games. And at some point, I want to have a tournament of champions and have like a King of the Mountain where you got to play all the games against all the champions. Like that would be super cool too. I think that's where I want to where this channel has to go is that. That's where the channel has to go. I think we got to get to more interactive stuff, more 1 versus 1, and more games than just craps. It's become a craps channel, and I want it to be more than that for sure. Skill says to define snowflake again. I think snowflake, snowflake's what I'm talking about, and I think I define that as someone who doesn't want to experience any pain, right? If you look at like the snowflakes in society, these are people that don't want to pay any bills. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to go to work. It's like, I want to work from home 20 hours a week and get paid like I'm working 40. I don't want a school loan, and I don't want to have to I don't want to even pay rent. Like they just want everything handed to them. And if anything hurts, they create a syndrome around it and give themselves a new title. That's a snowflake, right? Snowflakes don't want to ever experience any pain. In craps, I think that the way of playing where you don't experience pain is a snowflake way to play, which means Let me hedge this, hedge that, do this and that. 2 hits, up, press down, and I'm even. And after 3 magical rolls, I've experienced no pain and I can play for free. That's snowflakey craps, right? It's like I don't want to experience anything bad. So I'm going to concoct everything I can do to find a way to play without pain. And I'm here to tell you, it's impossible. There's no way to play this game without pain. And what I discovered is the wrong word. What I've known to be true my whole life, but the more I play in front of you, the more I do these live things, the more I really dig into wind craps, the more I am convinced that all of these magical ways to get out of the hand super quick, you might as well just go out there with what you wanted to play to start with. Like, again, 320 across to win $70 so you can play 64 across, 5 whacks. You're going to get beat 5 out of 10 times. Almost guaranteed. 50% of the time, you will not get that hit, right? I'm sorry, 25% of the time, you won't get the hit. 25% of the time, you won't get 1 box hit. That's the number. What does that mean for you? Out of 10 shooters, that's twice. 2.5 times you're going to lose 330. You're going to lose $660, $640 you're going to lose on the way to getting free play or painless play, which means the other 8 shooters have to make $650 up before you can even talk about profit. And today you saw it. Even if I got down to where I was playing risk-free, the shooter still has to make rolls. It's no guarantee that you're going to make the 640 back or the 320 back if you go down. So there's no pain-free way to play craps. I am convinced, play the adult naked. Just go out there and take your lumps. You know, if you don't want to take more than 2 lumps, Darksider, don't take more than 2 lumps. That's cool. Do what you're going to do. But I think trying to hedge everything off is just going to cause you more pain in the end. This is the way that it works. And I think that's really a big deal. Corey's saying it's 20%. It's actually, I think it's like 22% is what it comes out to. But regardless, out of 10 shooters, that's a couple times, right? That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt a lot when you're doing 1 hit and down, or the drawdown where it's 150 across today, right? And you're not going to get your 3 hits. It's going to be painful. And so that's how I determine what a snowflake is. Skill. Snowflake to me is somebody who does not want to experience pain and expects the world to sort of cure their ills. And I think in craps, that means I'm going to do all these things and expect that, you know, the thing that never is going to happen won't ever happen to me. And unfortunately, John throws exactly the right things to pick you off. And I don't mean to do it, but I do it. I pick these things up all the time. And I've seen too many pickoffs. And, you know, throwing live every day, you can't help but see it. And that's where I land on that stuff. So, all right. So, sorry, my final thoughts today. Again, I'm sorry if I'm incoherent. It's just I can't breathe right now. Both sides are stuffed out. I know there was some comments earlier about the RNG statements that I made. I stand by them. Like I said, I don't know that they're trying to screw you. I'm not trying to insinuate that at all. What I am saying is that Bubblecraft machines are absolutely considered a slot. They're absolutely on an RNG. There's a computer behind it. We know this. The company has said there's a computer behind it. So you're presented with dice. There's a computer determining the result. Whether it's predetermined, whether it's actually random, whether it's controlled random, whether it's whatever, can't be stated. Okay, but there's an RNG behind the machines. They've already said that there is. So there's no denying that. It isn't like a thing you want to deny. It is what it is. If it's a machine like that, there has to be, for the casino, there's got to be a guaranteed payout. Just like a slot. Slots have to pay out X amount of dollars. So does bubble craps. So does the bubble roulette. They have to pay out a certain amount of money to be legal. That's just the way that those things work. There's contracts on those things, and there's laws behind that. So how they work it, I don't know. I just know that it's a thing. And I don't begrudge it. We embrace it, right? If it's a purely random result, then great. Go out there and do what I did. Play for dollars, win $25, $30 out of 100. We did a 35% win twice today on that thing. It was easy, right? It's easy. Have fun with it. Use Bubble Crafts as a tool, right? Use it as the tool that it's meant for. Practice your stuff. Play the complicated things. Do what you're going to do that you don't want to do at a table. Things you're embarrassed to try at a table because it's a pain in the ass, like the Dallas Drawdown, do it on the bubble. Same game. You're in control. your pace, it works. So there it is, guys. That's it for my show today. I got to get out and get some rest. I appreciate you putting up with the bad audio today and the bad voice and all the things. And I hope that you got some value out of today's show. And with that said, God bless y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow for, is it Friday Follies already? I think tomorrow I might actually debut in the garage. We might do our first Stop Loss Zero test run. So we'll see. And for Friday Follies, I'm bringing out the actual bubble craps. So we're going to run some bubble tomorrow here on Friday Follies. So there it is all. I will see you. And I don't know who did it, but somebody just thumbs down me. I'm not sure what I said there to piss you off, but sorry. Love you. Have a great one. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.